Hello everyone, welcome to my channel IT Sector Tales. In this video, we'll be learning about comparison and Boolean operators, and we'll also learn how to accept inputs from user during a program. So let's get to it. In this video, we'll learn about a new data type called a Boolean data type. A variable of Boolean data type can have a value of either true or false. Based on these values, we can have some fun with different operators like a AND operator, and the second operator will be OR operator. How the AND operator works: if two data type or variables which are mixed with an AND operator, the result of that expression can be true only if both of them is true. If any of them is false, then the expression with AND operator will give you a false value. Take a look at this table. True and true gives you true, but true and false gives you false because one of them is false. Similarly for false and true, and obviously false and false will be false, but rules are little different for a OR operator. The rule for OR operator states that if any of the value of the two variables which are mixed with the OR operator is true, result will be true. It doesn't matter if both of them are true, any of the one is true, then the result will be true. So true or true is true, true or false is true, even false or true is true because one of them is true, but false or false is false because both of them are false, and for false OR operator to give you a true value, at least one of them should be true. So we'll be using these type of operators in our programming as we go ahead. Let's learn more about comparison operators. As we learnt about and the second OR operator, there are different comparison operators as well. So there are 6 comparison operators. First operator is equal to. So if you want to verify whether both sides of your expression, left hand side and the right hand side, are equal, you use a equal to operator. For example, 1 is equals to 1. So this operator will return true in that case. The next operator is not equals to. If you want to verify that both values at left hand side and right hand side of the expressions are not equal, this operator will return you a true value. For example, 1 not equals to true, so this operator will return you a true value. But if you write 1 not equals to 1, then this operator will return you a false value because 1 is actually equal to 1. You are trying to make out that 1 is not equals to 1, so in that case it will return you false. Third operator is the greater than operator. So if 3 is greater than true, then it will return true, otherwise false. Next operator is less than operators. If 5 is less than 9, it is less than 9, so it will return you a true. Greater than equal to operator. So if take an example of 7 is greater than equals to 9, yes it is, so it will return you a true. And if you write 9 greater than equals to 9, it is not greater but it is equal to 9, so then it will return a true. The next operator is less than equals to. Is 8 less than equals to 9? Yes, it is less than equals, so it will return a true. But is 8 less than equals to 8? It is not less than but it is equal to, so then it will return you a true value. Similarly, if you negate any of these conditions, it will return you a false value. So these types of operators are used in programming languages when you work with loops or some mathematical or even some string related comparisons. So we'll learn through them as we go ahead in this tutorial series. Let's do some practice session in Eclipse now. So if I write print true and true, save it and run it, it will give me a true value. Similarly, if I write something like this, I'm displaying Angela in double quotes. I'm using an escape sequence, and again I'm printing Angela in double quotes, and I want to see what the value of this equals to operator will be on this type of string. Angela equals to Angela. When I'm actually want to use the operator on these particular values, I'm not using the escape sequence here because this will display the actual operation of this expression, and this will just display this expression as is. Let me run it. So Angela is equals to Angela, it gives me a true because both of the strings are equal, they are of same data type and they hold the same value as well. Next, let us see the not operator. Here let me verify two strings which have Monday and Tuesday in it. So one string has Monday in it and the next string has Tuesday in it. Let me actually do this in the not equal to operator. Monday is not equals to Tuesday. Save it and run it. It returns me true because both of them are not equal to each other. But what if I do something like Monday equals not equals to Monday? Monday not equals to Monday. Save it and run it. I'm verifying that both of these are not equal. Okay, let me run this. So it gives me a false value because both of them are equal to each other. So the result of this particular not equal to operation will be false in this case. Let's see few of the comparison operators. What if I write something like this? I want to verify if 6 is greater than 3. Save it and run it. So it gives me a true value because 6 is actually greater than 3. Next example, what if I want to verify if 6 is less than 3? Okay, so 6 is less than 3. Save it and run it. It gives me a false value because the less than equals to sign here used on these two numbers is not correct, actually not correct. So it gives you a false value. It gives you a false Boolean value. Let's use the print statement for something like this. Let's see if 2 is less than equals to 5. Run it. It gives you a true. True is actually less, 2 is actually less than or equals to 5. And let's see if 5 is actually less than or equals to 5. Here 5 is not less than but it is equals to 5. So it should return me a true. Let us see a greater than equals to example as well. So take 7 is greater than equals to 9. So it is actually less than. So this should return me a false. Yeah, so it returns me a false value. Now let's mix the AND operator and the comparison operator. What if I want to verify this? Is 4 equals to 4 and 5 equals to 6? So both of their outputs should be used in AND operator. Okay, so let me write 4 is equals to 4 and 5 is equals to 6. So the result of the first equal to operation is true and the result of second equal to operation is false, and I am doing true and false, so it should give me a false. Yeah, so it gives me a false because for AND operation to return true, both of the expressions at either side of AND operator should be true, but it is not the case here, so it gives me a false value. Let's see the NOT operator. Here I want to see whatever is the value of expression true and true, I just want to negate it. So true and true is true, but I want the negation of it, the not. So that should return me a false value. So let's run this code. Yeah, so it returns me a false value. Let's do another example where I am using both and not operator. Okay, so let me say a variable called, not a variable, a value called summer is equals to summer, and I want a not operator of 1 equals to 2. So let's break down this expression first. First, what is summer equals to summer? Both are in quotes, both are string, both have same value. So this equal to operator will give you a true value. Next, what is 1 equals to 2? It is a false, but you are negating it, so it will give you a true. So this expression gives you true, and this entire not expression gives you true, and you are doing and of that. So true and true should give you a true. Run it. So yeah, it gives you a true value here. Now let me try this entire thing with or. So summer is equals to summer. This is true. And this entire expression, let's break this down. 1 is equals to true. This is false, but I'm verifying the negation of it. So that will be turned to true. So true or true. Both of them are true. So or should give me a true value. Let's run this. Yep, so it gives me a true value. Let's have this as not equals to. So in this expression is false and this particular expression is true. So false or true, one of them is true. So it will actually return me a true value. So yeah, it still returns me true. So these were the comparison and operator or operator and some Boolean values. Let's see, how do you take input from a user when you write a program? So when you are expecting input from a user, you need to tell the user what input you are expecting. So let me write, what is your name? Okay, so this will print that statement, and whatever the user types, you will store it in a variable called my name and use the input function to read the value from the console. Let me run it. So it tells me what is your name. So I write here Bob and give it a enter. Okay, so the input function will read this particular value, whatever the user entered in the console window when the program was still running. Make a note here, the program hasn't stopped here. So that value will be stored in this variable and you can use this variable further in your program. If you want to do something like print hello and the name which you just learned, my name, save it and run it. So it again will ask you what is your name, Bob, and it will print the same value whatever you entered one line ahead in your console window. Let's do one more thing here. We learn another function called length. So we will tell the user the length of his name. That is how many characters does his name has. Okay, so we will do something like len of my name. Okay, save it and run it. So it again asks me what is your name. I say Bob and it gives hello Bob and it gives the length of the name as 3. Okay, whatever you add as an input in the console window, that is taken as a string. So there is a function called len which works only on str, that is string data type. So I use this len on my variable which has a string input because it took an input from the console window, and use that len function to my variable. So that gave me the value as 3. Let me take another input. Let me ask the age of the user. What is your age? Okay, and let me accept the input. We will use the input function here. Save it, and let's print the age of the user as is, as we saw. Your age is age, and give it a run. So it will ask the name. Let me say Angela. It gives me hello Angela and the length of the name is 6 this time. And what is your age? I say 75. So it prints your age is 75. Let me do some operation on this age variable which I received from the user. As I did some operation with the name operator, I identified the length of the name. Let me do something like I want to print what will be the age of the user after a year. So new age, I will create a new variable and give it as age plus 1. But the thing to note here is age is a string variable because that input is given from the console window and I'm trying to add one value to it, so it cannot happen because string variable cannot have be added with a number. So I have to convert this value to a int. So there is a simple function called int and it expects a input of a str value, any value other than int value. It will convert it to a int variable. So whatever you enter in age, if you entered 75 for example, here it was taken as a string, it will convert it into the number 75 and it will add one value to it and it will print the age of that user. Let's print your age in a year is equals to, and let me print the new age variable here. Let's run this program. So it will ask the name. Let's take Angela. Age, let's keep it as 75 again. So your age is 75 and in a year it added 1 to that number and gave me 76. So as we did with the length function, we were calculating the length in the same line where we are printing its value. So here also, instead of creating a new age variable, we can do something like this. We can write the entire value int age plus 1 here and print it. So let's remove this particular line for calculating new age. Let us run this. We'll use the same example. Enter the name as Angela. Age is 75 and the current age is 75 and the age after 1 year is 76. Now if you want to convert this int value, the value which is printed till now is again a int. If you want to convert it back to str, for example, if you wanted this value to be printed in between this particular string, something like print you will be some value here these much years old in a year. Okay, so you want to print the value of the incremented age in between these two sentences. So what you will do here is you will use this particular value and convert it to str. We are converting again the int value of the age operation incremented by 1 to a str value, okay, as we did with the previous values. So whatever I print here, it will be str. So 76 here is str, but while adding 1 to it, it was int. So let us print this, run this. So my name is Angela. Age is 75. So it prints the current age as 75, age in a year is 76. This 76 is a int and this 76, you will be 76 years old in a year, is a string value because I added it in between these two strings. Let me add a space here. The name is Angela. Age is 75 and yeah, this is the statement here. So you can do multiple operations in a single line. The key to programming is break each and every operation and understand what the operation is doing. Then you can code this as easily as you saw in this tutorial. Hope you like this video. So please like, share and subscribe, and yeah, see you in the next video. Thank you.